All right. So we are going over Bermuda Triangle. I pulled up the Swedish train station because
Okay.
I had to pull it up because it's just one of those things. Like, I don't know. Um, so yeah, I just had to pull it up. And then I will be telling the story about the woman and her daughter because that was on an episode of, I do believe, Fact or Fake or something like that or whatever. It was on one of those types of shows.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So, hello everyone. We're returning with another episode of, I don't want to call it Glitch in the Matrix. Maybe like alternate realities or something, or altered states of reality. Maybe
Okay.
something like that. Um because it's almost like we are not in the same reality that we were years ago. So yeah. So in
So
the
yeah.
so in the last episode, as you can see up on the screen right now, I have CERN up here. So let me just scroll back up so you guys um, can take a look through what CERN is. So Lisa and I were discussing the fact that CERN is going on with their business now. It started in 1995, correct? Yes. Yes. It started, Mandela effects in general started in 1995. And that was right after CERN did their atom splitting, making a God particle. And so things just kind of went from there. And but I was telling my stories, and I'm not going backwards, but I was telling my own stories of things that have. There you are. Hey, when you get a chance, I want your glitch in the Matrix stories. The one where you almost got into that car accident, but you came to when you were driving further down the road, like you never had the accident. Okay. In another episode, but I want you to tell it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, pretty fascinating shit. Like his is. We saw something
You have that
similar
other
to it.
story also. Besides, like him, you guys have that other driving story.
Mm, yeah.
The one that you get like
Yeah.
really
I
creeped out talking about.
Yeah, I'll save that for the episode after this.
Okay.
So yeah, I need a cool down period after just giving those other stories.
Okay.
So, all right. So, with CERN, I will have you guys know we were talking about before, like all the different things that have happened that seems like our reality is not the set reality. Like we're on Earth 2 or 3. I don't know. Y'all that read comic books knows there's like what 6 or 7 Earths or something. I forget how it goes, but I suddenly feel like we're in that situation, like we were knocked out of our reality. So things that are happening to us aren't stable in our reality. Like we were in a normal setting per se, but now it almost feels like, how can you put it? Don't get me wrong, everyone. If you go back and watch our Mandela Effect video, you will see where I discuss the facts of what I would believe happened with half of this stuff. I'm not discounting things that have happened to you personally. But Fruit of the Loom, the cornucopia, they had made it a point to tell this lady they were just messing with people. And they did the cornucopias back. There was the situation of Shazam with what's his name? Sinbad. There was that situation. And then we looked at it, and everybody's like, no, the movie existed. Some people started pulling out their copies of the movie. Sinbad recently came out and said it was a real thing. It was such a bad flop. He just didn't want to be, involved with it. So, Monopoly Man. Uh, uh, there's so many different things I could go into. But let's go with the Monopoly, man. Let's go with what else was it? We talked about it in the video. The moral of the story is, the point we were bringing out is, sometimes licensing throughout the years changes up to the point where the original, like, let's just name something stupid off the wall. Betty Crocker, right? That's the only thing I've not seen any changes to, is Betty Crocker. Let's say Lisa is the founder since like the year 18 something. She's the founder of Betty Crocker, right? And so she passes it along and passes it along and passes it along. And then finally she passes away. So now I have to inherit it. But there's certain things within the rule book that her family, so it would be the Betty Crocker, you know, the Lisa Crocker estate. Now, that was originally what it was named. Now I get a hold of it and they're like, you can't call it Betty Crocker anymore because Lisa's not here. So I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? And they're like, well, you got it licensing. You can't have that. You can't have the symbol either. So now we put Lisa's face, beautiful face, on the cover of this like cake making thing. And now it's Lisa Crocker. And people are like, oh, Mandela effect. Had nothing to do with it. Had everything to do with, I am not allowed to have that because of licensing purposes. That's all it is. So a lot of the stuff you guys are seeing now that you're going apeshit over has nothing to do with a Mandela effect. It has everything to do with, we are now entering the year 2026, going into 2027. Licensing is changing for so many things. All of y'all, have y'all not seen the monopoly that is going on right now? Disney's no longer a singular company. Disney's owned by like 30 other things that are now Paramount and Warner Brothers, and they're just monopolizing and bringing everything together. So things are going to change. It's happening. We're just now alive in this timeline to see it happening. I will not discount if you saw, you know, Uncle Georgie's ghost up in your house. Like, I'm not going to discount those stories. I will say, though, some of those things, when when there clearly is a person in a mask outside your window and you're like, look, oh, y'all, simmer down. So now we're going into the second half of CERN. If you want, go back and watch the other one, or watch it when you're done with this. But what I'm going to say, I'm going to break a lot of hearts right now. CERN wasn't the first of its kind, and it's not going to be the last. I don't even remember. There's another one out there. Project Sunbeam, Moonbeam, Beam of Light. I don't know. It's out there. I just don't remember the name. I was watching.
What was that one?
It's kind of like CERN.
Okay.
But they were doing some more like twisted stuff with time travel kind of thing. And I don't remember. I wish I could remember. So, but I don't. I legit am running a blank. I'm sure I'll come across it. I will try to do more shorts, get some shorts going on for you guys. So when I do find it, I'll be like, oh guys, it's this. And I'll make a little short about it. So you guys can be like,
John
oh.
Teeter, does that sound familiar?
Who?
John Teeter? In the 20,000, 20, early 20s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
an internet persona who claimed to be a time-traveling soldier from 2029.
No, but that is a fascinating story.
Okay.
Hold on to that. That's homework. We're going to look into that. Yeah, we're going to look into that. Teeter or T?
No, I'm sorry, Titor.
Titor. Okay. All right. We'll look into that then. So, guys, just so you're aware, this is how Lisa and I talk to each other on a daily freaking basis. This is why we came up with BFFs off topic, because a lot of things we talk about, we're just like, why don't we just record ourselves talking and like podcast it, video it, so people could like get involved in these things. And so we enjoy talking about these things, but what about if we had a bigger crowd to talk about these things? Because sometimes people in our age bracket are just so like, we come from a reality where this stuff is not reality. We come from a timeline where, yeah, you saw a ghost at, your cousin Vinny's house. You went through things. You heard people calling your name at like 3 in the morning, and if you had those type of parents, they told you not to answer to that shit. We come from that timeline. We do not come from a timeline where people are now recording birds sitting still in the sky. I talked about that in the other video. I'm not trying to discount y'all, but I was telling the science of why that happens. Two things in motion, etc., etc. We are just figuring things out now in our age where we're like, this is fun shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is fun. Like we had yeah, like we had Area 51. What did y'all do with Area 51? Y'all went Naruto running and charging at the damn front gates. Because in our timeline, that shit wouldn't have happened because we would have been shot down. So that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. By the way, there is no Area 51. It's the Area 54 or 51, 52. It's a whole other can of worms.
Another one we'll get into.
Yeah. So we are here with you guys. So like I said, I'm not here to discount anybody's stories, personal stories. I'm just here to discount the stories where it's all of us involved. There's bigger things going on here. You go back and watch a video, you'll hear my stories. So we started with CERN. CERN is not the starting of this, though. It was when I was growing up, we had a magazine called Omni. And it went over UFO stuff. I'll ask my dad if he wouldn't mind sending me pictures of the magazine so that way you guys could see it, because they do still sell it and it still talks about UFO sightings. And yes, Omni, OMNI. So it's a science thing, but it goes into it, and oh my god, I love this. I should get a subscription to it. So, guys, grab your fanny packs and get your pocket protectors, because we are going into the Philadelphia experiment. So if you know, we had another video on conspiracies. This is heading down that side. The Philadelphia experiment is a famous World War II urban legend and conspiracy theory claiming the U.S. Navy made the destroyer escort USS Eldridge invisible, teleport, and time travel. Opinions on quota are mixed. However, the historical consensus states the event never happened, stemming instead from a hoax and misconstrued naval research. So, there was a time when, I don't even know if I could say this out loud, Schmatzy Shermany, when Schmittler had crazy experiments going on. Now, if any of you know anything about that man, you know he had psychics, he had fortune tellers, and he had the bell. Now, the story on that was a whole other can of worms, because that bell was said to be a UFO type of situation, that it was crashed aliens and they got to the site first because it landed in Germany. And so it was said that they had a lot of alien technology within the Schmatzy regime. So it's so fascinating, because you look at that timeline and then you look at this said World War II, they were trying to get the ship to go from one spot to the next. So just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start to go, oh, interesting. Do you know who founded NASA besides the US?
The Germans, right?
It was all of the captured schmatzis were NASA. So just think of all the technology and the stuff that was had. Y'all, this is factual stuff. Go read about it. And this is what I said. I will try to bring you as much facts as possible. If I am wrong anywhere along the line, put it in the comments section. Highlight it. Call me out. But you better have proof. Do not come to that comment section talking about you lying. Because it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Because I've read this stuff thousands of times. So started in the origin of the legend started in 1950s through letters sent by Carl M. Allen using the alias Carl Allende to a UFO researcher. Claimed that on October 28th, 1943, the USS Eldridge vanished from the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard and reappeared in Norfolk, Virginia. Purported that crew members suffered severe psychological damage, madness, and became physically fused into the ship's metal hull. Now, what I think is so bizarre is if it didn't happen, the ship that they go to tour on when people go there and make actual videos at the time that they had done their experiment, you can hear screaming and such coming from the ship. So are they putting sound boxes in there to freak people out? If so, it's been how many years you've let people tour that and take videos? Can we find out it's a hoax now and move on? If I'm making sense on that. So, there's that. So yeah. Yeah. I don't wait a minute. What? Unusual visual phenomena like glowing green lights were likely natural occurrences like St. Elmo's fire during electrical storms. St. Elmo's fire? As far as I'm concerned, that's an 80s movie with the our 80s Brat Pack.
Yeah.
And it's also a song. And there's it right there. The inspired the 1984 science fiction film, The Philadelphia Experiment, directed by Stuart Raffill. I do believe it stars Michael Pear. Pretty sure that was Michael Pear, because there's an actor that looks like Michael Pear, but I'm sure that was him. Y'all, he was the hottie boom balati back then. So for those women of you who are like wanting to watch this, but you're like, ew, I hate that stuff. You see Michael Pear on that screen, you're going to be thinking that way at all. You're going to be like, oh, it's time to watch this. So.
Wait, who is this? Michael what?
Michael Pear. I don't remember how P-E-R. Ooh. It's not spelled like pear, I don't recall.
P-A-R-E?
Yes. Yes, try. Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah. He's older now, but back in the day, No, not Michael Pena. I like him, though. He's a good actor. Yeah.
P-A-R-E.
We're trying that. Okay, let's try that. Oh, yeah, there he... Oh, P-A-R... Yeah, like ballet. So, hold on, y'all. Let me pull him up when he was mad young. God. He's still a looker, though. He aged like fine wine. He's alright. He's also in a movie called, I can't think of it. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's banging. So, Anyway, y'all. So, y'all ladies, like I said, that don't watch things like that, y'all be in it. Y'all be in it. And he aged like fine wine, so y'all be okay. So, come on now, because sometimes people don't... Shut up. Don't
I am so sorry.
Don't put that negativity out there. Don't put that negativity out there. Anyway, so... Come on. All right. Wait.
I'm not seeing it.
John Goodman, Michael Pear, come on.
Okay, that's true.
You got on my case.
What's his name come in there?
See, that's what I'm saying. You got on my case yesterday about Eric Balfour. That was the first time I picked somebody good looking to be invested in. And now you're...
Now it's like, what happened to you? I thought we were making progress.
We can't win all the time.
Right.
But it's a step up from John Goodman. There you go. So, y'all. So, anyway, this is our conversations in private, guys. So don't think this is a show for y'all. It isn't, because my brain works like this. So, like I said, just take conspiracy theory and just go look up the meaning of a conspiracy theory. Because, like I said, we do have a video on conspiracy theories and illusory truth effect. And a lot of you out there, I will say, who are like, see, I knew it. I was right this whole time. It's not a conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theories are factual things that are happening, but are turned into, how does it go? They're factual things that happen, but it's people trying to keep it under wraps. Will add some falsities to it that makes it a conspiracy theory. That's that. That's all I'm going to go on that. If you want more to it, go watch my video. So for the people out there that are like, I was right. Yes. And you have every reason to be right, because it wasn't ever not a fake thing. The Bermuda Triangle is a loosely defined region in the North Atlantic Ocean bounded by Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Famous. Cuban Pete. No, that's Cuban Pete, dummy. Famous for urban legends about, disappearing ships and planes. However, official and scientific organizations like the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, confirm there is no supernatural or unusual rate of disappearances. Now, this has been all over the place lately, where people are saying whatever happened there did not happen. The men who took missing ran out of gas. Even Amelia Earhart, who had went over that area, they're like, no, she ran out of gas. So all these people, all of these people flying over that spot for the damn military, you're telling me that they're running low on fuel, right? And okay, so for people that don't know this, there are professional people who purposely fly in the service with gas planes that refuel planes in the air. This is wild. Go watch YouTube videos on it. You can find it anywhere. I happen to personally know someone. So now, with that being said, you're telling me that they let these dudes fly over there and just let them perish? Mind you, y'all, all the people that have crashed, planes gone down, have never been found. They have gone in the waters, nothing. The land nearby, nothing. There was a video I had got my dad for Father's Day way back when about the Bermuda Triangle. And they have an actual recording of what the pilots are seeing. And they're like, there's lights. It's almost like blinding. We can't find where to land. The people on the ground are like, you can't land here. Mind you, they were trying to land in like the Caribbean, or what they thought was the Caribbean. And you can hear the people talking back. They're like, nah, man, you can't land here. It's no airstrip. And they're going back and forth. And you're like listening to this. And you're just like, where are they? That there's no landing strip where they're trying to land. And the people don't see them in the sky. And this was a recording they had from back then. So you're telling me no shenanigans is going on, but they never found these men. They never found their planes. Okay.
So how many supposed planes and ships have gone missing over there? Oh, you should know off your head. I figure you know.
No. I got you. USS Cyclops. These are famous incidents. USS Cyclops in 1918, a U.S. Navy cargo ship carrying 309 men vanished without a distress call, marking a major non-combat naval loss. 309 men. A whole ass cargo ship. Okay.
When was this?
1918.
Wow.
So this is before even Philadelphia experiment. But like I said, remember the schmatzis and Schmermany. Technology. Flight 19 in 1945. 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers became disoriented and disappeared during a routine training flight from Florida. And that's what I was telling you about. That one, if you could still find the recordings, if they're still out there. By the way, y'all, in the midst of all of this, and me talking about conspiracy theories, and me talking about all of this superstitious and supernatural stuff, AI is going about erasing important books and such from history. I just wanted to point that out. So certain things, if you're not finding certain things right now, just be aware of that. That's all I'm gonna say. Mouth closed. So, real causes versus myths. Natural hazards. The region features sudden tropical storms, the fast-moving Gulf Stream current, and shallow coral reefs. So you're telling me that all of that makes a whole... What was it again? You sang my battleship. Cargo. A whole naval cargo ship. 309 men. Vanished. Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shallow coral reefs took them out.
Yeah, if they were in the shallow coral reefs,
yeah,
nobody could find them.
That's what I'm saying. And all the technology now, and they just found flight. Oh, what was that plane that was down that they just found? Flight something or other. But it was before our time, I do believe. But, so yeah. So, getting back to science. So, CERN is the least of our problems. It's not helping. But let's just pretend for 2 seconds, because this is going to sound far-fetched for 2 seconds. Let's say the Philadelphia experiment happened. And like I said, there's a lot going on before that during World War II. Before the war even broke out, with the schmazzies doing their scientific studies on the alien stuff that I do personally believe they had. Let's just say they were doing their thing and they got kind of far ahead in their advances of technology. And they were opening portals. I mean, how do aliens get here from light years away? I would think that they're beaming their way through space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wait, you talked about that the opening. Where was it? In like not Alaska and
hold on.
That opening that you were telling me about?
Antarctica. When we're talking about Admiral Byrd.
Or what is that?
That's like Middle Earth. I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like the North Pole. It's the North Pole. Daniel. Oh, sorry. Where Admiral Byrd saw down in the earth. That was Antarctica, right? It's where that wall is, where we can't get through. But it was like that's where the North Pole.
You see the thing.
Yeah, because we're not allowed to fly over that anymore.
Yeah. It's like the triangle thing.
So that's their Bermuda Triangle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
When you see the what they say.
Because he said he saw down into the pole, where it would be.
Well,
yeah.
Around it, it's actually
shit. Yeah.
It's actually the.
So, because the map is blocked out. Yeah. Okay, the map itself is blocked out. So, those of you who watch this, do some looking around and digging about Admiral Byrd. You'll find it. Because I do believe it's BYRD. I'm pretty sure it's BYRD. There's a rapper. Yeah. Okay. There's a rapper who talked about it, and he's like, I'm still alive because I've been cloned, and I can talk about this because I have relations. And you're just like, what? To big people out there. I don't know. I saw the video years ago and I was like, wait, what? But I had also heard about Admiral Byrd reading the magazine Omni. Once again, it's Omni, y'all. OMNI is the magazine. Can I pull this up without causing any catastrophes of us like blanking out? Let me get rid of this here. It's just going to keep looping. Oh no, it loaded. Okay. What was I talking about? Omni magazine. Omni man. No, y'all. That's not what I meant to type.
Wait, there was a rapper that talked about Admiral Byrd?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and
Okay.
I cannot think of him. Oh, there you go.
And
Omni.
he's cloned, and that's
He
why
was
he's
talking
still
about he was
alive.
cloned and he has family in the music industry. That's why he's still alive.
Very bad, but this is actually the wall.
Okay.
Okay, here. So Daniel drew the wall for us, everyone.
Very bad.
So this would be the wall.
That was quick as heck.
Yeah, this is the wall around what Admiral Byrd was looking down at that he flew over.
They said
Okay.
that was,
And it was an accidental flyover, correct?
yeah.
Yeah. So he wasn't even supposed to. He was fly. I don't. There's a whole interview. You could listen to. I think it's like an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. So yeah. So I don't know, but Omni.
Telling us some fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Omni was a groundbreaking science and science fiction magazine founded by Bob Guccione and Kathy Keaton, combining hard science fact, the paranormal, 0.6.1, and speculative fiction. Trust me, guys, the fiction part of it reads like Dean Koontz. If you ever read Dean Koontz, it reads like Dean Koontz and Ray Bradbury, so you know the difference. It ran in print from October 1978 to 1995, featuring iconic art and leading fiction. So the pictures you see here is exactly what it used to look like. I've seen it in train stations not too long ago. It is a very different. As a matter of fact, Popular Science and Mechanics. If you read that too, this is kind of like in the same field. Popular Science and Mechanics. I love Popular Science. So good. But Omni was like breaking stuff down. My dad, like I said, he had a whole subscription service to it. So we would just sit and just like, like read through it and stuff. But it's explored futuristic science, space exploration, parapsychology, and UFOs alongside cutting edge research. So there's that. Interesting. So the Omni I'm seeing today, I don't know what the hell that is because they're saying they ceased to exist in 1998. So I don't know what I'm seeing now that goes under the name Omni. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, you could find these magazines online. You can read them unless they got rid of them. Something like Wikipedia, probably. But do you have any questions, Lisa?
Well, yeah, I have tons of questions now, but we're gonna have to save that because, like, now I want to know more about. Well, I'm gonna look up this rapper now that you told me about and hear his crazy story.
He
And,
might be B-O-Y? B-Y? Oh my
no,
God.
it looks like his name is like Khalid Priest or something like that. Khalil Priest.
You'll find it. Cause
Yeah.
damn. But he talks about it. Okay. So with the 5 minutes and 47 seconds we have left, I am going to go really quick into a fun little side story that I promised I would say. And it's really short and it'll open y'all up to a whole other can of worms. There was a show me and my mom used to watch, and it was a show based on factual situations that happened within the government that the men in black would show up at people's houses kind of situation. The show itself took historical stories and told them as fictional shows. The one that was so crazy to me was this mother and daughter who lived in California. The mom had just divorced the father, so they were forced to move out on their own and go find somewhere to live. They found a nice little place, very affordable. So the first thing you're thinking is, oh, it's haunted. Was not haunted. Worse. The people had gone there and they had asked the woman if she's ever seen anything or heard anything out of the blue, like that was just kind of like whatever. She wouldn't talk about with them. She actually risked her daughter and hers life. Going back, her daughter kept finding things out of place. The mom kept yelling at the daughter for misplacing her items all the time that she would take for work. And she's like, if I get fired, we're going to be homeless. It's going to be a bad situation. It's just going to be horrible. And she's like, if you wanted to go stay with your dad, you could, but I could promise you it's not going to be the life that you need. Move forward. Now she is starting to see home by herself. Situations are happening. Things are being moved around the house that she's not aware of. Things are just up and taking missing. So the men in black people who go to look at the situation once more, they're like, ma'am, we are working on a time limit here. Have you seen anything happen? And she's like, leave me alone. I know my ex-husband's sending you here to harass me, to tell me I'm not taking care of my daughter. They're like, ma'am, this is a little bit more important than that. And she's like, no, I'm not having it. Well, situation plays out one night. In the middle of the night, the mother and the daughter like disappear with the house. Like a sinkhole opened up and just sucked the house up, and that was it. Gone. The FBI agents go to the house, or CIA, they're like a hidden part of the government, doesn't matter, neither here nor there. They go to the house, they realize they're at the house, but where's the mother and daughter? Is the house? Where is the house? No house, no nothing. If I remember correctly, the mother's car was parked on the side of the street. That was the only thing to tell tale that they ever lived there. This episode ends with the story explaining they were never heard from again. They have no idea what happened to them. But there were experiments in this neighborhood that were taking place where they were Philadelphia experiment type situations. So, yeah. So,
Wow.
I will...
So, like, the house was just missing. It didn't fall into, like,
Nope.
a sinkhole, and there was, like, not a big hole. The house was just like, bye-bye.
Yeah. House just up and poof. Yeah. Ceased to exist with the mom and daughter in it. And that's why they kept going to visit the mom and daughter to tell her, like, ma'am, they should not have sold you this property. You shouldn't be in here. It was condemned. So... yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like the street in New Jersey that would take missing at certain hours of the day. It was like that. It made it into weird New Jersey, but one day that street just vanished. Like, gone. So I don't know what happened to the people that lived on it or what, but I remember Paul took us over there one time and that shit was freaky. So...
that sounds really freaky. Did they do a creepypasta on, like, our street in New Jersey? Well, like, from here? Because they did a creepypasta about a street that goes missing.
I don't know, but I know Weird New Jersey had the street, because I was going to write to them and somebody else had wrote to them and I was like, I missed it. So, but yeah, so I don't know.
That's freaky.
It's very freaky, but I will see if I can find that episode of that show via YouTube and then post it. So, but yeah. But
Well, this was fun.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, we will get into more of that. Y'all, I got to cook dinner. I got to get things done, but we will come back to this. Cause we're also going to go over Randonautica. Lisa's got to do her homework
Catch up
first.
on.
Yeah, she's got to get into that. And once she does, we will be back with some Randonautica stories and fun things. But yeah, love you guys. Questions, comments, like, subscribe, share. And we will be back with some other stuff every Friday.
Thank you. I should have
Oh, yeah.
information.
Yeah, anytime. Okay, love ya. Bye.
Bye, guys.